All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 21.
All right.
Oh boy.
This is crazy. We had last episode confirming the ways in which Eren has manipulated paths and his unique situation with the Founding Titan, but not being of royal blood.
Right.
And also, utilizing paths and stuff to reinforce a future that has already been set in stone.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Turns out no one is free.
Turns out no one is free. Turns out, in a lot of ways, the most free person is the person that is most obviously, in this case, not free, because then their best bet they can make is to bring some element of freedom. And the best way to do that would be, in some ways, to remove the curse and Titans and all that jazz. So
who knows?
So Eren, Grisha said for Zeke to stop you, but was that you telling Zeke through Grisha to stop him by selectively giving him memories?
Possible.
Was this a setup for a Code Geass R2 type ending where, like, it's too late? You've known for a long time now where the future is going, and you're just setting up and prepping the world basically for your grand stage finale.
It does seem a bit odd, or maybe poetic, that Grisha, would say, please stop Eren. When, now granted, he might not have perfect understanding of the fact that this timeline is set in stone.
Yeah.
But, given
also,
that that's how it is, it's like, well,
yeah.
Can anyone really do anything?
Yeah, because he said Eren will get what he wants.
Yeah.
So what? You can almost feel the broken man in Grisha just still echoing through Eren, if you will.
He wasn't particularly stable when he gave that message, so
there's a reason for that. There's a very good reason for that. Yeah, Eren done fucked his head
just
with
a bit.
His head really hard. Yeah. We're back in the Paths realm now, though.
We are indeed.
And
Eren is chained.
Are these chains actually really enough?
Yeah, is Eren just going to be like, there are no strings on me, or like, what's going to happen? Because this feels...
I am inevitable.
Right, this feels very similar to the whole situation of Eren and Reiner in the basement.
Yeah.
So...
And the Titan demigod is about to judge humanity. Yeah. And yet...
That could be a problem.
And yet, back then, he didn't judge Reiner.
No.
They're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in a lot of ways, if you look at the context of what he meant by they were the same back then...
It was a bit more chilling than, comforting.
But it's also a thing where, now if you realize that Eren back then knew everything he was going to do... theoretically.
Right, nothing's changed for Eren since
Nothing's
then,
changed.
Other
that
than maybe
means,
what he sees people do.
Yeah, that means that whole thing of Mikasa being like, Eren, do you realize what you've done? You've killed kids. Eren's like, fuck them kids. I've got so many more kids I'll be killing.
Kind of.
He's like, this is nothing, Mikasa. This is actually nothing.
This
sorry.
This is just another Tuesday.
This is a Tuesday. Yeah. So, what do we do now? What do we do now? Just time.
Curious question.
Are we gonna have Dio be like, and time will resume?
Yeah, Eren just pops out of path space. Rolla. No,
right on the wall, and just a little crack happens, and then domino effect. Okay, so y'all submitted some great comments. Over the course of last week, Jacob has given
curated them
3 to me to look at.
Indeed.
So we're going to go over these now. If you want to have your comments submitted for next week's Attack on Titan episode, be sure to leave a comment with the special code word or phrase that we'll give at the end of the discussion for this reaction. So yeah, let's get into these comments here.
Indeed.
First one is from Christopher Ross. Is this what you wanted? Back in Season 3, when Eren first woke up in the Crystal Cave, he asked himself, haven't I been here before? Like a sense of distant nostalgia. Ooh. The foreshadowing in this show is insane. Also, it's super ironic when Rod talks to him about the sin his father committed. But little did he know, Eren was the instigator to their deaths and manipulated Grisha all along. Yes, Grisha still killed them. You know,
Yes.
that was still Grisha, but it was also the thing where, yeah.
Who's to say with how fucked in the head Grisha was at that moment, like, and Paz's shenanigans and everything.
Yeah.
Depending on how many memories you send to a person, what are we but, the sum of our memories and such. So, it's complicated, it's messy, it's nasty.
But when Attack on Titan foreshadowing pops off, it really
pops off.
It just gives you a reveal. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. Andre S. with the comment, is this what you wanted? I think Eren saw Grisha's memories of himself in the future influencing Grisha. Yes, I agree.
Probably.
I really don't believe there are different timelines. To me, seems like time travel in Attack on Titan is fixed. The changes were always going to happen and always happened. This is really interesting because it touches on one of the central themes of this story. What is freedom, right? Is there such a thing?
Yep.
Is Eren even culpable of all of his actions, or is he himself a puppet of himself and always was? Yeah, we talked about this in the stream. Is Eren actually beholding his own self making these actions, and it influences him on the path that he then ends up going, basically removing the idea that he could be free, because over the course of seasons 2 and 3, we start to see him break down, but that's not at any point where he's yet tapped into paths necessarily. That's just the part of where he's more breaking down, realizing what he's going to have to sacrifice. And then he ends up tapping into paths, and probably by that point then realizes, oh, I have to do all that. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
And then it takes the beach scene to a whole new level of, if I then
kill everyone over there,
will we finally be free?
Yeah.
The idea that what he's saying
was
is
that just hyperbole, or was he asking a literal question of
Yeah, exactly. I think the literal question is that in the finally bit, it's basically saying that we have not been free ever up until this point.
Nope.
And thus, he's also saying that in the future, after this process of what all that entails, will that actually work? Will it actually give us freedom? Reinforcing the idea that Eren does not have a perfect handle on this whole time thing. He is doing what he thinks is the best bet for freedom, but not necessarily the most heroic thing.
So that's one of the things that I find super interesting about Isayama's decision to have the timeline work this way.
Yeah.
Is because then Eren would have known that the timeline is fixed, right? He would know that that's how it works,
that's
right?
probably why he was so depressed.
Exactly.
Season 3 to 4 time skip. Yeah.
Because it's just the ultimate message of, hey, nothing that you do matters, right? Nothing's going to change, right? You weren't free then, you won't be free now, right? But what are you going to do?
Right, and that's the thing, is that's why I think that on some level the Titans have to leave at some point to show that there is a future that he can't see past. Eventually it hits a point where things will just stop. Like that's either his death or really necessarily the end of Titans. Well, because in some ways the end of Titans would mean his death as well, really.
Right. Because with the whole like set in stone timeline thing, technically there's no free will, right? It's just a very complicated and complex illusion of free will, right? But it's actually just you're just going through your thought processes, the neuron synapses in the way that they will because of the environmental stimuli.
Nobody is special.
Nobody's special. And in some ways that's a very theoretically, does it matter to anybody as long as they don't ever become aware of that?
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So for everyone that's basically not Eren, might be just fine.
Sure.
But then for Eren, the one who is constantly raging and ranting and struggling to be free, he suddenly realizes, nope. It's not going to happen. It fundamentally can't.
Yuki Paisen with the final comment here. Is this what you wanted? It's ironic how the man who manipulated his son ended up getting manipulated by his second son. Whew, yeah, sure. Right when he thought he got his second chance at life, karma bore its fangs, reminding him that his role as the Attack Titan isn't over yet. I love it. He learned from his mistakes and didn't want to pass the shackles of the curse of Ymir and the fate that lies ahead to Eren. He wanted Eren to be free. Oh, I love it. However, the freedom that Eren yearns for is not as simple as what Grisha thought. Remember the lyrics in the opening? Yep. All I ever wanted to do was write things. I never wanted to be the king. All I ever wanted to do was save your life. I never wanted to grab a knife. Just imagine the possibilities that could have happened if Grisha never grabbed the knife and murdered Frida and her family. After all, it wasn't Grisha's will that wanted to continue moving forward. It was Eren's.
And this is one of the things that I just love about the lyrics in the OP. Yeah. Even though, you know, the OP is a bit upfront with some of the things that it loudly blares to the audience that may or may not happen in the future, the Eren connection is obvious, right, with Mikasa.
Yep.
But then, oh no.
There's a Grisha connection.
There's a Grisha connection in there. Yeah. What other connections could potentially, you know, pop up with the lyrics in the EDs and OPs and stuff like that that we just don't know about? Because it all seems like it makes sense already.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I honestly think the Mikasa Eren one is a little bit more powerful. The Grisha one,
it's like bonus sprinkles.
It's bonus on top. It's one that works because all the stars align for this specific bit here.
Right.
But the all I ever wanted to do was do right things. I never wanted to be the king. That's something that I don't think applies as much to Grisha. It kind of does a little bit, but Grisha obviously never
took the power of the king.
Yeah, he had it for a little bit of time.
Right.
But it's something that it just kind of does work for a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, wow, yeah, y'all, thank you for these comments. They're wonderful, they're incredible, and yeah, let's get this episode started. Episode 80 of the series overall.
Yep.
But also season 4, episode 21. And the last time we had an episode 21, we got Save Mikasa and Armin.
Yep.
So
yep.
Yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so we're showing this fight, all right. Nice. Damn. Jeez. Oh.
Yep.
All right. Oh, you have the pieces of spine and shit there. Wow. Is this what you wanted, Eren?
Yep.
Oh, that sound. God, this voice acting is so powerful. Things won't go your way. Eren will only get... Yeah, so then...
When someone can steal the voice acting show and Attack on Titan...
Okay. Oh! Zeke popped them out. Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Zeke is Zuketh.
He's breaking.
Yeah. Wow.
Just imagine rewatching season 4 with that kind of knowledge.
Oh, she's doing it. Oh, shit. Oh, God. He's gonna rip off his own arms, isn't he? Or at least his fingers. Yeah, there's things he didn't know. Oh! Ah, Yuki Kaji! Oh, yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Shit. They really didn't shy away.
She'll keep moving forward. Oh, my God! What does that mean?
Rumbling, it's coming, rumbling.
Whoa! Wait! That's the second I'm like, wait, that's the same episode as the first one. I'm like, no, that's inverted.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Oh god, they all have the same like shadows over their eyes.
Yep.
Oh, what the fuck? Backstory? Holy shit! Whoa! Whoa!
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh shit. We're gonna see the curse of Ymir. Wow! Oh my god! I love how she hasn't spoken once.
Nope.
Oh, we're about to make a Faustian bargain. About to make a deal with the devil. It's like a representation of the coordinate tree. But this one looks almost like a perversion, like it's just really... I did not need that visual. That really unsettled me.
Yeah.
That was really gross. What the fuck? Is this the actual devil of all Earth? Oh shit!
It would seem so.
Oh shit! Wow! First Titan, okay. Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Oh wow! So she then becomes a slave for them. Yeah, the Eldians, and then they go and conquer the world with her as their weapon. Wow! Oh god! Yep. Holy shit. This is a horror story, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Let me guess. She has 9 kids. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Yeah. Oh, but getting up doesn't necessarily mean she's going to be staying in her human form. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Yep. Season 2 ED.
The walls are actually gods in a lot of ways then.
Yep.
And she's just been strengthening the tree all this time. Just doing what she can, watering it. This has literally been hell for her.
Oh yeah. 2,000 years where every instant is an eternity.
Yeah. She's outlasted it all.
我がエルディアはこの世の大地を個体で支配し、我が巨人は永久に君臨し続ける。我が世が尽きぬ限り永遠に。終わりだ。俺がこの世を終わらせてやる。俺じゃない。神でもない。ただの人だ。誰にも従わなくていい。お前が決めていい。決めるのはお前だ。お前が選べ。俺をここまで導いたのはお前なのか。今すぐやれ。待っていたんだろう。
Yeah.
ずっと
For someone to kill her.
2000年前から誰かを。
Holy shit! Oh! Oh! That's like Eren's face! Yeah!
Holy shit, here we go. Oh my god.
Oh fuck, that thing is...
Alright.
Oh fuck!
Alright.
Oh, here we go! Oh shit!
Here we go!
The end is here. Yep. Oh my god, the sky is literally darkening. Like this is some Armageddon shit. Bye, Flock. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's no longer coming,
God,
it's
it looks
just here.
good. Yeah.
God, the music. Oh! Oh! Yeah, save Gabby! Okay. Wow. This is something that rings on the some type of. Ah!
Oh my god. Yes, Mappa. Thank you. This is everything I could have wanted. That fucker was shown in the OP.
Oh my god. Yeah! Right! Yay! Yeah. All of them.
マーレの連合軍を潰すだけならこんなに必要ないよ。志願しなく外壁だけで十分だ。壁を失ってまで攻撃するなんて。マーレに集結した連合軍を潰すだけならそれだけな
It's
ら。
the end of the world, buddy.
全てのユミルの民に積む。
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
俺の名はエレン・イエーガー。
Oh no!
その巨人の力を介し、全てのユミルの民へ話しかけている。パラディ島にある全ての壁の硬質化が解かれ、その中に埋められていた全ての巨人は歩み始めた。
Well, y'all are gonna unite now real quick.
生まれ育ったパラディ島の人々を守ることにある。
That's it.
He was born into this world.
パラディ島の人々が死滅することを望み、
Holy
島
shit.
のみならず全てのユミルの民が殺され尽くすまで止まらない。
This is his
俺
final
はそ
act.
の望みを拒む。壁の巨人はこの
Oh my
全
god!
ての地表を踏み鳴らす。そこにある命はこの世から駆逐するまで。
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. If
Yeah.
we kill everyone over there, will we finally be free?
it was inevitable, right? Like,
But yeah, so in the OP, they showed that fucking Titan in Eren's eyes. It literally shows Eren growing up by the tree. It zooms in and then in his eyes, they show that. But yeah,
well,
yeah, that's, we're here.
I mean, in a lot of ways, the biggest twist this episode was
Ymir.
Ymir.
Yeah.
Just that whole backstory.
Yep. Wasn't it great though? Like
That was
twisted and
so succinct
Mhm.
and to the point.
Yep.
And the only thing that's left really up in the air now is whatever the fuck that little like
Yeah.
creature thing is,
The
which
alien
really
grub
I guess
parasite
it doesn't
thing.
really matter.
Yeah, theoretically not. You know,
Because in
at
a
some
lot of
point
ways,
you have to say this was what started it. You know?
right? Because in a lot of ways, the biggest maybe like little thing that it could be used to set up is the idea of the way Titans essentially kind of get like passed on, if that makes sense. But because, well, we know about the method that has been working apparently since the beginning is
Yep.
you just
Good old cannibalism.
return to a monkey, become
So,
cannibal.
Yeah, so the season 2 ED, no.
Apparently the
not
season
even
2 ED
manga fans knew what that was about.
The season 2 ED
Like,
be
it's just
here.
like, wait, what the fuck? Like, yeah, but
like the fact that they called them the actual names of the walls too,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the fact that
Oh,
the
yeah.
wall religion now is actually right. They're like, no, yeah, actually, we had a decent reason to worship the walls,
Right.
not just because Titans are in the walls or what have you.
yeah, but you know,
but they're literally
the
through
child
the history, what
descendants
have
of their god being or
right.
whatever.
They're
Yeah.
they're the first non-founder Titans,
Right.
essentially.
Yep.
And I loved the idea that essentially what we have with the Titans and the way they are right now, those that can transform into Titans, they're just some kind of percentage
Right.
deviation
Well-
on the bloodline DNA train of Ymir.
Exactly. And
Originally.
the Yggdrasil tree with the 9 branches, I guess, could only be split in 9 ways, right? And then I guess each lightning bolt is just one of the branches or something like that. You know,
Sure.
and there you go, right?
Yep.
They got, the cannibalism happened enough that it got distributed as much as it could, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, I think that might actually tie into a very subtle thing about the reason why the Curse of Ymir is even a thing. You guys were bastards. You guys were evil. You guys were cannibalizing your own and tapping into that little touch of divinity, if you will, or the touch of whatever that unholy abomination combination fusion was. No, therefore, no way you can have an actual normal human lifespan. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's fucked. This whole thing is fucked from the beginning. And in some ways, what I like about this a lot is that it makes Zeke feel, well, like kind of right. Like he had a decent plan for a little bit of it, but it also potentially on some level gives credence to the idea that no, like Titans should not be a thing. Like,
Right.
It also might just might a little bit give a physical form to something that needs to be eliminated in order for Titans to be done. So
gotcha.
once that thing, that blah, 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 whatever,
You kill the grub and then the Titans go away or
well,
something
right,
like
well,
that.
you kill Eren, or you convince Eren to end this. And either way,
I feel like he might be past the point of diplomacy. I'm not sure.
well,
But
the rough part about this is that Eren has done so many things up to this point when he should have already known that this was happening that serves, I would say, well, in a lot of ways, serves against his purpose here of I am
Flattening the
speaking
world.
to all,
Uh-huh.
what did he call them? Like children of Ymir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that
my name is Eren Yeager. I'm using the Founding Titan's power to address all subjects of Ymir.
right, I will free you.
I have undone the hardening of Parady's walls and the Titans buried through their march. My goal is to protect the people of Parady Island, the place I was born. I like that that's the simplest explanation for the goal here.
Right.
Because
Does he need an explanation? He was born into this world.
right. But I think the horror of it is something that even the Eldians are going to be like, no, we're not necessarily going to be cheering him
Oh,
on
yeah,
here.
no. Even Armin, who was huffing the copium strong leading up to this of like, hey, he might just do a limited rumbling, to make it so that we can, do the original plan, right?
Yeah. I remember believing that, Armin.
Yeah.
I remember believing that.
Even him, when he saw that, no, it wasn't just Shiganshina district. It was like the walls, right?
All three of them.
And then, of course, Eren just straight up saying, I'm going to kill everyone outside the island.
Yeah.
That it's hard to argue with that,
Yeah.
It's hard to get that twisted of what he's
However,
meaning.
the world wants to exterminate my people and not just the island. They will not stop until every last subject of Ymir is dead. I refuse to let them. Wall Titans will trample every inch of the world beyond this island until every last life beyond our shores is wiped out. And then might we finally be free? See, that's why I think on some level Eren
That was like the last vestiges of him struggling against the eternity that he glimpsed and the set in stone future and past and present.
Yeah, and the only real hope for Eren at this point is potentially something where Titans get reverted basically and are removed from the equation after he gets what he wants, or
after he flattens enough of the world that they won't be capable of getting revenge on Eldians.
Whatever that leads to, because he's got to die. Like he's absolutely got to die. Like the world can't exist with him in it. The idea that you could have freedom for a people that then are the ones where your devil god basically went and was like, I killed everyone else, so yeah, good luck. Now just take the world. It's yours. It's like no, that what are you teaching? What are you teaching the next generation or three?
Well, and again, if this is the way that you resolve it the one time, eventually it'll get to some point where, even if it's not like Titans, now granted, this show exists because it's Titans and things like that, and that makes it a lot more complicated, right?
Which is why on some level, Titans should be gone by the end of the series.
That would be a nice way to resolve it. But yeah, if, theoretically, it could get to a similar situation again, and then it's just, well, all right, time to have the next genocide. Or, wait, is it genocide if you're just killing everyone that's not a particular race? Good question. But yeah.
Well, we got our villain protagonist.
Oh,
and
you bet we did.
He gave his monologue speech.
And it was short, to the point, chilling.
The voice acting from Yuki Kaji screaming as he was tearing off his chains.
Yeah,
that
tearing the skin off his hands.
Right, but that in and of itself is just a visual, symbolic treat.
Oh yeah,
for everyone that's been following this show up until now, because it's like
that's who Eren is.
That's exactly what Eren would do.
Right, and the thing is that we would cheer for him when he would do that in the past, even though we'd also be like, oh damn, that's hardcore, dude. And the thing is that what he ends up doing in the immediate, in that moment, he rips himself out of the chains to then embrace Ymir and say, no, you too can be free.
Yeah.
We're like, yes. And then this happens.
Don't you want to be free? Don't you want this to be over?
Yeah.
Now, the question is, because of the way this thing was shown, and they very much intentionally did this, visually showed the thing, the blah, blah, blah.
Like latching on to Ymir?
Well, right, latching on to Ymir then the very next time we see it, it's connecting Eren's head,
right,
and then creating this Titan out of it. That's something that potentially hints at the idea that Ymir might have had this thing all along. Like, it's something where the actual, like, power, the actual, like, world-breaking, godlike power comes from, and thus, at that point, the founder, if you will, is within Eren, like, but wasn't Eren already the founder? So it's
he was the founder, but he didn't have the royal blood. But would that necessarily have, like, if the founding Titan is just whoever has the spinal thing, right?
Right.
That doesn't seem to line up, right?
Right.
So it's probably something of it also being Ymir or something like that, But
my thought about this is
we might be at the point where we're past exposition, because I get the feeling our characters will be a bit busy.
You think?
From here on till maybe the end of the show.
I'm just excited to see which humans are like, yeah, go Eren! Like which ones are gonna be them? Because they're the ones that are going
5% in Like,
it's Flock, basically. If Flock makes it out of this.
watch, even Flock is like, oh, like,
Yeah. I want to see Yelena's response to this because I can't.
yeah, because Zeke got beaten.
I can't see her.
Her
Being
god
on
was
board
laid
with
low.
this.
Like he was absorbed into Eren's super titan. Like,
Yeah. Well, Yelena might be on board with this. There's
a new god.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a new religion. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Because from her perspective, she might be like, well, the only way this could have happened is if Zeke wanted it. You know, like that's the only way that this could have happened.
Zeke wanted this, right?
Right. He
The
must
thing that
be.
he told
that's
me of,
her
like-
kind of copium.
So Zeke said he wanted to euthanize all Eldians for the sake of the rest of the world. This person shows up and is like, I'm going to kill everyone that's not Eldians. Yeah,
I'm
Zeke
trying to
wanted
think,
that.
Jacob, if there are any humans in existence right now that are on board with this. Because I don't think there are going to be many for long.
There's going to be that one dude on Parody that's like, yeah, I was always...
Anyway, okay. The visuals, the calm terror of like Mikasa, what? Like,
Right.
Like
There's
the
this
world is
loud
literally
rumbling.
Yeah.
What?
But also the idea that, okay, if this is now happening, it's very clear like what we have to do. We have to all bring everyone on Parody together and basically be like, okay, how can we move faster than the rumbling to just save some people? Like, as many people as we can. Like, that's basically what they do here. Because Eren has no way of necessarily knowing, like, you know, if you think about it, like, mathematically, he starts at a circle here, and then he just goes out. Well, eventually, you end up having not enough Titans to, you know,
Right.
have a perfect
Maybe you
circle.
form like a line. You know, you take the whole like length of all the walls, and then like,
And then you do
know,
this.
Yeah, you straighten it out, and then you just sort of, you know, wrap around the world.
Right, but either way, I would say that the best bet they have is finding some way of moving faster than the Titans.
And then the only
just
question is what happens when
warning
you hit
the
water.
world. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll
see how that-
we'll see how that works.
Yeah,
We'll see how that works. I would almost assume some level of like, you know, Jenga tower, you know.
No, see, Titans are just really light, so they just, I don't know.
Or their heat is so much.
Yeah, the steam just lifts
that
them.
Well, not necessarily just lifts them, but it's something where it also evaporates a shit ton of the water.
That would be terrifying. It's like, we're gonna flatten the world. Okay, but like not the oceans, because that'd be ridiculous. No. Did I stutter?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I mean, there could also even be like some stuff that Eren has prepped where it's like, no, we're not actually going out in a circle. The Titans are all moving out, and then they're going to form a bit, and then there's a line of a spot where there's a shallow enough spot where they'll go.
Armin is
But,
suddenly
yeah.
like, oh shit, all those times that Eren wanted me to help him figure out the surface area of a sphere. You know, damn it, I shouldn't have helped
Or
him.
on a dumbler but simpler note, it's just the thing of where like, no, they're light. Titans are light. They're just
they
gonna
just float.
swim.
Sure.
They just
Yeah. Or just walk through it. It's like they
it's like,
wouldn't
wow, the
necessarily
rumbling
need to
stopped
breathe.
for a little bit. Everything got really quiet, and you just hear this in the background. You're like, oh, that's really annoying. It's just keeping me up at night, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see, but we had a-
hopefully Eren doesn't have access to Google Maps, and he doesn't have a great, you know, like,
Oh wait, we took a wrong turn, got to double back.
oh shoot, we fucked up. Now we're back in Parody again. There goes
You get some
everyone I
people
know
that are
and
like,
love.
okay, after the rumbling passes like from very, very far away, let's see if we can like go back into the rumbling's path and just hope it'll pass us by. And then they can just be like, all right, the rumbling is never going to come within 10 miles of us again.
Oh
you
God,
know?
you know what I didn't even think about is crazy.
What?
The walls perform this like actual like video game mechanic of making
First
sure
wave,
that
second wave, third wave.
yeah, making sure that it's like, well, you
Thorough.
got past the first one. Good luck avoiding the second and the third one.
Yeah.
So all right, yeah.
but-
rumbling aside as well,
Details of this episode.
Details of this
we
episode.
got some doozies.
there are some good ones here. Okay. So Eren saw his father's memories
Yep.
that were ones that he gave to his father selectively from the future,
Right.
which means which means that Eren ultimately influenced younger Eren.
Well,
we have like actual canon confirmation that that's how it worked. It's a double loop, but it
yeah,
actually
yes
works
and
that
no,
way.
because the timeline is set in stone, so he...
No,
It's
it
not
all
that
happens at once.
Right, he
It's all-
already... Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's already happened, but that's the explanation for seeing future memories, because it does that.
Right.
And then you're set. So it only needed to really loop in the sense that everything was instantaneous.
Yeah,
But it's
there's,
the idea that
there's a
once
lot
it-
of like checkpoints that go back to different areas and stuff. So,
But what's crazy about this is that means that literally all the way back then, Eren knew basically everything that he used to manipulate Grisha, which wasn't the full picture.
well, he didn't know all the stuff until he kissed Historia's hand because
No.
he had the veil on all the memories and stuff.
Yeah, of course. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about the idea is that Eren accidentally showed himself only the stuff that he needed to manipulate Grisha, which wasn't everything. Therefore, another form of confirmation that Eren doesn't know actually the whole future. Because you can only see future, what is it?
Well, okay. So
You can only see
you can-
Attack Titan's memories. Is that is it? Future Attack Titan's memories.
So, well, okay. There's the whole question of whether it's an actual power of the Attack Titan or whether it's just something that Eren uses because of the Attack Titan combined with the Founding Titan and all that stuff, right?
I think that's it, basically. But
so
it doesn't really matter.
He has perfect memory of all past Titans that
would
he
be
inherited,
his lineage,
right?
yeah.
Because of like the
Right, and
royal
it's
blood
and
all
it's
that
more
stuff.
specifically that because of, I'm sure, the way in which it gets all muddled, it's more that he has a great memory of Grisha's.
Well, no, but everything becomes clear when he's in contact with royal blood.
Right.
That's where it becomes crystal clear, and he remembers all of it. Grisha got a bunch of stuff sent to him from
future
Eren,
Eren.
and theoretically previous Attack Titans as well, all the way back to the beginning of the Attack Titan.
Right, but because those were then now Grisha's experiences, they're his memories, which means Eren has access to those, which means he can see the future. But the future that he sees is only the stuff that Eren of the future showed Grisha. And Grisha of the past did not see everything that Eren of the future saw because Eren of the future didn't want him to see everything.
Although theoretically he could have just sent the memories, like staggered the memories to different times. So like, for instance, after Grisha like injects Eren, and then as he's getting eaten, Eren could just send memories to that Grisha right as he's getting eaten. Then Eren gets those memories.
It doesn't matter. The point is that Eren of now doesn't know everything of the future. He doesn't.
Right, because he doesn't have actual precognition. It's just
exactly.
It's just
he only
whatever
has the memories of his previous Attack Titan user.
He knows his future memories basically, because theoretically he could have sent as much of that back as he needs.
But he didn't. He only showed him specific things.
We don't. At that point, yes.
Yes,
but we
at
don't,
that point.
Right, but we don't know that he didn't continue to show him more stuff later. Because, like, somehow when Grisha went from being like, please stop Eren, to, I'm going to give Eren, like, the Founding Titan, you know?
Right.
So,
right.
muckery happened.
But the point is they've not shown that yet. The story has not shown Grisha knowing everything of Eren's future yet. Therefore, Eren doesn't know literally everything about his future.
Or it's at the point where it's not important.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that it hasn't been shown yet.
No.
At all.
Because like, we don't know exactly what Eren showed Grisha anyways to guide him in order to
We
make
know what he
decisions.
didn't show him.
Not necessarily.
Okay, fine. I'm moving on.
Okay.
I don't care to debate this. The big thing of Ymir, though, having all this be something that she's well experienced across all of time and what have you,
right,
reinforces the idea of people that are then, not free. The idea that if she,
the ultimate slave, basically,
has been going through all this time.
Yep, she can't escape even in death.
Right, she is the thing that needs to be set free in order for the world to be set free. So Eren sees this, wants to set her free.
Yep.
She chooses to let him basically, eat her?
Well, something happened, and And he was able to reach her despite the fact that she has been, a slave for an eternity, more or less, to the royal family.
Right, which is the hope for the future, is that Ymir, the ultimate slave,
Could
somehow became free, maybe.
Right.
But I think in order to do that, Eren had to then take on and take in this nasty thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's basically his sacrifice. He has officially removed himself from the freedom checklist. He has basically surrendered his free will officially. In this moment, he cannot be free. He's basically saying either I will die or I will give up my freedom for everybody else's. The two versions of that, I think, lead to the idea that, one, Eren is setting up this thing for a trap, basically. Because if it's brought into the world in any
world
way,
and stuff.
Beyond the Paths realm, it has hit points now.
Sure, and if it has hit points, we can kill it.
If it has hit points, we can kill it. Exactly.
Okay.
And that's cool. That's cool. Because in some ways, this thing might be even propagating the idea that Titans keep getting passed on, even if someone doesn't eat,
Right, yeah, because, right.
Doesn't eat, basically,
some other
spine.
subject of Ymir will
right,
have it
and that's a problem in the long term, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, Eren. You don't want necessarily more people to have to bear this curse moving forward, because then those people won't be free.
Right, be all kinds of messed up.
And humanity would end up eventually completely wiped out.
Sure.
So that's its own thing there. But also the idea that if he's basically being like, oh, no, I will make the ultimate sacrifice here. I will become the villain. I will become all this. I will take away my freedom.
I will be the devil of all Earth.
Yeah, I will be the devil of all Earth. Yeah. Then what he's also kind of doing is my Code Geass thing of I will bear all the world's hatred. I will bear all the world's fear into myself. And the thing is more just symbolic of that. It's the old curse, the dark aspect of human nature that bonded with us at the beginning with not even a Faustian bargain. It just took advantage of...
You're dying, so...
Of a really sad story.
Oh, yeah. And I would love to talk about that a bit more because it, even though in the episode itself, it was a relatively small portion of the episode,
Yeah.
there was a lot of stuff that they communicated in there, right? One, just, went all the way back to 2,000 years ago.
Yep.
But then seeing this character of Ymir, because since, with like Eren making the plea to her of you two can be free, right? Seeing what kind of a person this is, right? What kind of a person toils away in, for 2,000 years where every second is an eternity, right? Well, she had a really shitty life for one, and she really just couldn't get a W.
I mean, that's one way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was actually living in constant suffering.
Yep.
I loved the innocuous nature of the thing that she did that led her to being free, which was, one of you let a pig escape. If nobody fesses up, every one of you loses an eye.
Right.
Slaves have no need for two. Suddenly they all point at her.
Right. Probably because they could tell that she was the kind of person who was easier to like push around and get to do stuff.
There's literally no proof that she did it.
Right. Yeah. But all we know of her as a character thing is that she wants to make people happy.
Well, right. But this is Isayama trying to communicate something about human nature. Is the idea that basically no individual wants to suffer.
Right.
But if given the option of you have the guarantee that you will suffer but you won't if you throw someone else under the bus. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the dark part of humanity, is that they will absolutely do this.
And one of the things that I think is so twisted about this is that all of these slaves by this point have had their tongues cut out.
Yep.
Right?
They can't actually speak.
So it's not even like the amount of it's not even like someone could say, "Oh yeah, it was Ymir," and then everyone else sort of like agrees to it too. I suppose one could point and then the others start to point too.
Yeah.
But like to have a coordinated effort of shifting the blame onto the one person.
I mean,
that's...
I don't think they're implying the hard aspect that it was coordinated, because it's a very vague backstory.
Right.
I think it's just the idea that once someone said red sus, everyone just kind of jumped on the train, pointed at her.
Basically. Well said. Yeah.
It's that simple. Like,
Right.
We've literally recently in the social online zeitgeist had our moments of this in Among Us, where it's just like, oh yeah, one person made the first accusation,
Yep.
and then everyone's just like, yeah, that sounds good, and then and then they just delete them, send them out.
This is Among Us where no one's in voice chat, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just red sus, that's it, and then they get voted out. And
Yeah.
but she actually decided to go along with it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, what else could she have done, Jacob?
Right. It's not like she could have necessarily had much of a choice.
No,
but
she had nothing she could have done.
nope.
And then I gotta say, this is actually the part that, for whatever reason, I think it's because of something wired in my brain. This is actually the scariest part of Attack on Titan for me.
I was surprised by that actually. Yeah.
The
it was very well
where
done. But
she was falling down the tree roots, basically, which I also love as a visual representation that this tree was a twisted, gnarled,
like it's been there a long time.
mangled, old, rotted version, almost, if you will, of Yggdrasil. In that it's twisted and like contorted and stuff.
It's not
like
a happy looking tree.
It's not a happy looking tree. In some ways, it's
This
the
is not
opposite
a Bob Ross painting.
No, it's the opposite of Yggdrasil also, because Yggdrasil spreads out.
And this goes down.
And this goes down deep and it's
I like it.
contorted in. It's almost the perfect picture of like nature's slave to continue growing forever. It has no choice but to continue.
Sure, it's just a
delving
plant.
deep.
Yeah.
It's just a plant, yeah. And in some ways, then there being some kind of primordial nasty
worm thing.
Well, it kind of feels like one of those what are those called? In ancient, dinosaur, pre-dinosaur times, there's these kind of like protoplasmic kind of
the knot centipedes.
Well, basically the origins, if you will, of life on Earth. Those nasty invertebrate kind of little things or what have you. I forget what they're called.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was specifically drawing reference to those things.
I think it actually is. I just like that in some ways it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have a name. It's
we
just
don't
a
necessarily
something.
need to have a technical explanation, because what kind of technical explanation could you have for Titans that makes sense other than at some point some weird shit happened?
Right. At some point some weird shit happened, and this is Isayama being like, I don't really like Faustian bargains, so I'm going to not retcon, but basically say like that was a myth that people said to make there be some kind of
make some sense
of it.
Yeah.
But it's basically the idea is that nobody knows. Ymir just came out of the
Ymir
forest
didn't
as a
even
Titan.
really know. Yeah.
Ymir didn't necessarily even know, and she couldn't tell anybody what happened either way.
No.
So, she erupts into the Titan. Yggdrasil tree spawns from it, showing that she essentially is the coordinate. She has all the powers of all the Titans and what have you. And then she's used as a weapon by the Eldians to not just build all that stuff, which was the nice little callback to
like roads and everything.
All that
built.
development did happen,
but
and
also
the wholesale slaughter. So both sides were right about their selective portions of history.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter because because then
the king makes his wonderful decision of, as thanks for helping me in this way, you will have my seed.
Yeah. You saved my life.
Oh yeah, and then that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, was she saving your life, or was she wanting to die?
Was she wanting
or maybe
to
both.
die, yeah.
Who knows?
I love
we'll have to wait for her to tell us.
Her choice, if you will.
Sure.
Her one choice that we really saw her enact here was to end
because
her
sometimes
time in her life.
The only choice you have is to not play.
Yeah, and then that was her choice essentially again with Eren later. So really great foreshadowing. I love also that while this scene was like directly shown in the season 2 ED, I had no way of really understanding what it was other than it was something about like it
was so like
Titan.
Artistically done and everything.
Well, right, but I had to assume on some level it was the idea of like Titans getting passed on,
right?
Because of that being
we know that that's how Titans are passed on, so that was probably what it was. But the implications of no, this is how
this is the
first time that Titans were passed on.
Yeah. I also love the way that the tree isn't fully formed.
Well, there's just the 3 branches.
Just the 3 branches, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Build children and multiply. My daughters die. Feed their spines, my grandchildren. We see the 8 Titans, excluding Ymir. We see her building Titans, the tree, doing what she can to form this, suffering.
Oh, yeah.
And then we hard cut to Yuki Kaji just going off, just screaming, just,
Yeah.
I'll put an end to this world, give me your strength, just begging her. You're not a slave, you're not a god, you're just a person. You don't have to bow to anyone, you can decide, it's your choice, you get to choose.
And I love it because this is Eren after he has seen how time works and everything and knows that it's all set in stone.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to have him...
Well, in some ways, he knows this has to work then, too.
Sure,
but he has to do it this way.
Right. But the idea of, like, in just the previous episode, we saw him totally, well, not technically totally, but about as totally as you can get, override someone else's will, right? With Grisha, his own father,
of
right?
sorts, yeah.
For this purpose, kill children, right? Now he comes to her and he's like, and it feels like the Eren that we've known, you know? And the thing is it is the Eren we've known. We just didn't see the whole picture.
Or we never really
then.
gave him enough confidence and power and vision, if
to
you will,
truly act upon
what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that this episode was, what was it?
Because
it was like to you 2,000
from
years
you 2,000 years
ago.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the reverse of
it's
to you 2,000 years in the future. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a cool,
yeah. You like that? Yeah.
Cool
Mm-hmm.
twist. Holy shit.
Yep.
All right, let me get it here. It says, from you 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. 79 episodes later.
79 episodes later, and like some people, and I'm one of those people, they'll basically say that Isayama didn't plan literally everything out.
Of course not.
But the idea that the first episode was called To You 2,000 Years in the Future means that he had a decent outline of certain things.
Oh, yeah.
And this is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I that is so cool. But
So,
now, the rumbling, it's here.
Eren's got some new drip.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Eren, this is this is something else, because every time we've seen like a Titan transformation, there's been like certain rules, if you will, about like what really like a Titan is like capable of doing.
Right. What it is, what it generally more or less looks like, and yeah. Not this though.
Yeah.
Like look at how like in the front of the image, when it shows the the whole back and spine and whatever, and Mikasa and Armin are looking up at it, you've got the colossal titans that are close by. They're like, okay, they're big. But then you realize, no. That's just because they're close by. They're far away. There's these tiny little colossal titans.
And then above them,
there's this big ass thing. Yeah.
Like, what? What do you even do against something like this?
Cry.
Like, this is horrifying. This is horror now. This is just the inevitable onslaught of
Keep moving forward. Yeah.
God.
I love that Armin is shouting right into Mikasa's ear to like give crucial information,
Yeah.
And she just can't hear. What are you talking about? There's this rumbling sound.
And then Armin quickly figures it out, like, no, why use so many? And then
this isn't just
Eren
Shiganshina
brings
district.
them into the
Paths
realm for probably a limited portion of time.
Yeah. And I love that it's like so synced up with just when he speaks. Like it's not that they're there forever. It's just when the words start coming out, they just boom, they're there.
I think what's clear here, and this is something that I think is really, really important to kind of keep track of a lot of the mechanics of this story, is that Eren is using the Founding Titan's power
right now
by himself for the first time.
Not necessarily.
Well, no. Obviously, he needs Zeke, but where the fuck is Zeke?
Oh yeah,
who knows where Zeke is?
Zeke's not here right now.
Zeke's not here right now.
That would be funny though, if you randomly saw Zeke and he's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea is that Zeke, regardless of where he is, what's happening with him, or whatever, he is not stopping Eren doing this.
Nope.
So Eren is
the one in control. Absolutely.
Eren is in charge. So that's what I mean, is that is on some level, this is him using it by himself.
Yep.
Obviously, he needs Zeke in order to do this.
Right.
But Zeke could literally just be ahead right now, and it's like
that's just in a little pocket, a little zit somewhere on this Giga Titan.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And in a lot of ways, what I'm really hoping they potentially end up showing retroactively is if Eren ate anything like here. Like the way he was like holding Ymir here.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I think she would have either like nodded or something.
Right.
And then he like
She
bites her spine, or something like that. Like yeah.
Yeah. It's
because I don't think that this is a literal thing where they are actually in the Path's realm. It's the fact that he's communicating to them, so we need to show that this is the way he's doing it. Obviously, they're not going to be able to speak to each other.
well, and technically,
here
I mean,
necessarily.
technically, does the Path's realm exist in physical space? Because it might not.
It doesn't
it could all
necessarily.
just be some psychic, manifestation or whatever of the connection of all of the, the children of Ymir.
But it is a thing that I could see being maybe a little confusing. Of like, wait, so are now all the Eldians networked? Can they all speak to each other just through here?
Clearly, it only worked when Eren was talking. But yeah, theoretically, you could be like, oh,
Right.
someone talks to someone else that's far away in the real world. Do they actually get that information?
Right. But the reason why I think that they're doing it this way is because then when Mikasa and Armin speak to each other, they are not in the Path's realm. They are out in the human world, having this experience here.
Yep.
So it's just something that I feel like was a very fine line to thread about, because you don't want to literally show every single person in different places as if Eren was speaking there. You want to make it clear that it's just being heard by Eldians.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But then we end with that wonderful image of Eren.
Image.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is some Gone Freaks, kind of level shit
That's
here.
some terrifying shit. And I gotta say, Mappa, again, you did such a good job. Like, this episode was awesome. I loved it.
But yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
all right. Yeah, let's, how many episodes are left?
This is episode 5 of the part.
And there's supposed to be 12 episodes. So
believe
6,
so.
7, 8,
So
9,
7
10,
left.
11, 12. But I'm trying to think in my head, like, what you could have for, like, a finale.
Sure,
So
if you
we-
had like one
so we
separate episode.
Yeah, I
that's
think we're
just
going to have 2
resolution.
episodes for the finale.
Okay.
And that means 5 episodes.
How do you know this isn't
5
all
episodes,
the finale right here?
Well, I mean, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an FMAB style finale
Right.
where,
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
the finale started once, basically, the Warriors attacked.
Right.
in
Yeah.
The end of
Basically,
the
just
previous
part 2 has
yeah.
been the finale.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But there could be a whole nother stage of story that is, while the rumbling is going on, people are scurrying about and doing
Yep,
everything.
like little ants
trying to,
before
like,
a wave.
Yeah, trying to, like, do what they can.
Mm-hmm.
And the motivations of characters in the midst of this get really interesting.
Well, they get real simple.
Well, that's the point. They get interesting because if they become simple, they bounce against their previous motivations where
Sure.
it's like, now that
Yeah.
one doesn't matter anymore.
right. In
Now
their
we
final
get-
moments, people show you who they really are.
Right. But the thing I've been waiting for this potential moment.
Yeah.
Reiner is going to join up with everybody else.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, that has to happen because he has to save Falco. Like
Hey.
Reiner's been one of my favorite characters that's been like constantly upgraded every season.
Yeah.
But the idea that here he's trying to save Gabby,
Right.
cool,
Yep.
wonderful.
I love how
But-
helpless Reiner looks in all of this. Like the destruction that's going on is so massive.
Yeah.
He looks like just a regular person, even though he's in his Titan form, just
Yeah.
running through it all.
I also love the little details of who gets shown here. We see Falco lying on the ground in his human form.
But he's got the Titan marks,
He's got the Titan marks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we also see like Shadis,
Yeah.
just like this
Yes.
little boy that
I am a regular person, you know?
yeah. God.
Uh-huh.
We see Historia.
Yep. Haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, we see Phlox.
Oh, yeah.
Phlox alive.
Mm-hmm. And
Who else?
he at the very least is surprised.
Did you see someone else?
Oh, no, just mentioning that we hadn't seen Historia in a while.
Well, yeah, we saw her in the Historia flashback, you know.
Mhm. Right.
But yeah, Gabby,
Mhm.
Connie, Reiner, Armin, Mikasa, Jean.
Yep. Just touching base with everybody.
Just reminding us who's alive.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, I think that some characters could die as a result of the rumbling happening. I'm not
Yeah.
positive, but, you know, it does seem like some people are probably going to bite it.
It's also cool, just as a little reminder,
Mm.
that Yelena and Onyankopon are not Eldians,
Right.
so they did not hear this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a thing. Just reminder. Just it's a little detail there.
Yeah.
What do you think, like Magath and like, you know, and like just the Marlians that like came here, you know, are like, what's going through their heads right now?
I'd like to quote Sword Art Online Abridged in this moment.
We're fucked! I knew it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. I mean,
need a code.
The code is
we're
obvious, right? Like, I mean, we're fucked. Like I mean, like, no, that's gonna get auto-blocked. That's gonna get auto-blocked.
Just
have it be something with regards to the rumbling. Maybe something with regards to Ymir's backstory. I think maybe get up. Get up, like what the king says to Or here, very well, you are free.
Ooh, yeah, nice. You are free.
Yeah, you are free, but you have to put the quotations. You are free.
On free.
Quotations.
Yeah. I like it. Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. If you want to see the full-length timer version of this reaction, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get any level support there. Gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there. You got stuff for the manga people, you got stuff for the anime onlys, and also
manga will just be the anime stuff. You know, won't even be a difference.
But yeah, also be sure to check out our Twitch channel, where tomorrow we'll be having a full breakdown stream of this episode, bit by bit. If you want to check that out. Yeah. So, yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.